Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage John M. Elliott, Chairman and CEO of Elliott Greenleaf, a co-sponsor of tonight's reception.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hazarding the storm as you continue your support for the Pro Bono Institute's important work creating and expanding opportunity. Aetna and its General Counsel, Bill Casazza, and CEO Mark Bertolini have long provided unique, compassionate, and inclusive leadership advocating for diversity and innovation to enhance the quality of life for all. Mark and Bill didn't come on the Mayflower. No one anointed them to their leadership positions. They are both the children of working-class America, whose hard work and family values propelled them to the top ranks of America's business leaders. Neither forgot where they came from. As you saw from the recent New York Times article, Mark Bertolini worked on a Detroit automobile assembly line. Bill Casazza's dad is a Marine Corps veteran and a mechanic. Their ascent to the top ranks of America business leaders epitomizes what's best in the American dream. Today, as we celebrate the Pro Bono Institute's achievements and embrace its further challenges, let us also remember the courageous, inclusive, and hopeful leadership and spirit of Father Theodore Hesburgh, who died last week at age 97. Father Ted was the transformational and iconic president of the University of Notre Dame, Bill Casazza's alma mater, as an MBA honors graduate of its distinguished Mendoza School of Business. Father Hesburgh's distinguished public service included chairmanship of the United States Civil Rights Commission, a member of the Board of Overseers of Harvard University, and the courageous champion of many other educational, civil rights, spiritual, and social justice initiatives. Thus, tonight, in the spirit of hope and progress, we collectively thank Jim Jones for his unique and vital professional and personal leadership in the legal profession, in legal education, including at my alma mater, Georgetown University Law Center, and to his important work at the Pro Bono Institute. Jim, may your and the Institute's good works be contagious.
Thank you very much, John. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of myself and my fellow members of the PBI board, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this evening's reception and particularly delighted considering the conditions outside and that you all braved the weather to be here. Thank you. As you know, this is an annual event where we really honor all of you for your contributions to pro bono service and where we present the Laurie D. Zelon Pro Bono Award to one individual or organization that has provided truly exemplary pro bono leadership. This evening is an opportunity for us to celebrate what is truly best about our profession, an unwavering commitment to access to justice for all. That is the vision to which PBI has been committed for almost 20 years, and it is certainly central to everything we do, from the law firm Pro Bono Project to our work on corporate pro bono, from our consulting services to our research and publications programs, from our training and educational programs to our initiative to develop more effective metrics for measuring the impact of pro bono. At the end of the day, it's really all about making the American system of justice freely accessible to all of those for whom it was intended. And while we have much work to do, I'm pleased to say that with your help, we have come a long way. Last year, firms participating in the Law Firm Pro Bono Challenge performed over 4.3 million hours of pro bono work, averaging about 65 hours per attorney. Charitable giving from those same firms, including donations to legal services organizations, exceeded $24.5 million, a significant increase from prior years. And more than 3,000 in-house lawyers and legal department staff from corporations represented in our corporate pro bono challenge engaged in pro bono service last year as well. In short, your response and commitment has been very strong and very encouraging, even through the painful years of the economic downturn since 2008. But even as we celebrate all that we have accomplished, we must acknowledge that there is still a lot more work left to do. There are still throughout our land countless thousands who lack real access to our justice system. They include poor families facing eviction, traumatized veterans needing treatment, immigrant children caught in a maze of laws and regulations that they could not possibly understand, homeless people on our nation's streets, minority communities deprived of meaningful access to the ballot, and so many more. Now, as I've said in past years, I am of course aware that here tonight I'm really kind of preaching to the choir, and that most of you have devoted a very substantial part of your careers to addressing all of the pressing needs that I was just talking about. And for that and for your commitment to the highest aspirations of our profession, I certainly thank you, even as I urge you to keep up the good fight. For our cause needs all the champions we can get.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert Sheehan of Counsel, Skadden Arps.
Hello, folks. I'm Bob Sheehan, co-chair of the Law Firm Advisory Committee of the Pro Bono Institute, a chair I've held for about a dozen years now, and my last year serving in this role. I'm here tonight, actually, as a stand-in for Betta Richardson, who is the CEO of the Corporate Counsel Group, the association, but she has been snowed out of town. So it falls to me as my privilege to introduce tonight Bill Casazza, Executive Vice President and General Counsel of Aetna, and to present to Bill and to the legal department of Aetna the 2015 Judge Laurie D. Zelon Pro Bono Award. Each year, PBI bestows the Zelon Award to an individual or organization that has provided exemplary pro bono service. This year, it is awarded jointly to Bill and the Aetna Legal Department, which celebrates the 35th anniversary of its pro bono program. Yes, you heard me right, the 35th anniversary. That really makes it amongst the oldest, if not the oldest, in-house pro bono program in the country. Of course, age alone does not win you awards. Instituting, building, and maintaining an exemplary pro bono program for 35 years does. As you can imagine, the accomplishments of Aetna's program are too many to cover now, but you can read them in the PBI conference program book. A few highlights, though, I'll share with you this evening. Since 1981, Aetna has handled hundreds of cases for elderly clients dealing with such issues as estate planning, landlord-tenant disputes, and governmental benefits problems. In 1994, Aetna's legal department helped found and since then it has supported the nonprofit Lawyers for Children America, which recruits volunteer lawyers to represent abused and neglected children. For the past 10 years, which is longer than most in-house pro bono programs have been in existence, Bill has led the department and strengthened Aetna's pro bono program to include expanding to all of its 17 offices with legal staff, including Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, where, for example, members of the department have represented children who are victims of abuse and neglect. Growing the number of opportunities available to its volunteers, including creating a partnership with Bethesda Legal Services to represent Holocaust victims eligible for reparations, and another with the Center for Children's Advocacy, and yet another with the Connecticut Medical Legal Partnership to help advocate for children and their families. And a true sign of not only the pro bono program's longevity, but its maturity, supporting the growth of pro bono within the whole legal profession by influencing and encouraging other legal departments and law firms to participate even more in pro bono programs. On behalf of PBI, CPBO, and everyone here, I'm pleased to welcome Bill to the podium to present him with this richly deserved award. Bill? Congratulations. And here is your award. Enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, Bob. You know, so many things have been said. I'm not sure I have much to add to it. I could probably just close it, let you all go back to your dinner and drinks, but I do have a few things I'd like to say. So I want to thank everybody who braved the weather and got here tonight. I want to thank John Elliott and all of the other law firms that are here today as part of the extended Aetna family. And I must say, I think my own mother could not have done a better job writing the remarks that John delivered. So somehow she participated in that. But I'm honored today to accept the 2015 Laurie D. Zelon Pro Bono Award on behalf of Aetna. I accept the award on behalf of the many lawyers, paralegals, and others at Aetna who over the years have dedicated their time and their talents to providing legal services to those most in need. First, I want to recognize Esther Lardant, who, as Justice Ginsburg said, unfortunately could not be here tonight. But Esther's unwavering and inspired commitment to pro bono is an example to us all. And I'd also like to thank the Pro Bono Institute. Under Esther's leadership and watchful eye, the Institute provides talent, expertise, and innovation to all of those who want to answer the call to do pro bono. As was mentioned, Aetna's pro bono program started 35 years ago, long before I joined the company. So I want to thank my predecessor general counsels, and in particular, a man named Steve Middlebrook. Steve was Aetna's general counsel who first had the insight 35 years ago and the vision to see that corporate law departments, and not just the private bar, could and should support the legal profession's mission to serve the needy. I know that many other large corporations are now actively engaged in pro bono, in the pro bono mission, and I applaud them for that. I believe, as has been said, that the hallmark of Aetna's pro bono program is its long-standing nature, its long-term commitment, and its longevity. We do have the oldest corporate pro bono program in America, and I'm very, very proud of that. Participation by Aetna professionals in the pro bono program over the last 35 years has been strong, and it's been consistent. Over those years, as many of us know, corporations have continued to ask their employees to do more with less as businesses try to be more efficient and cost-effective, and corporate lawyers have not been exempt from that challenge. As you all know, the practice of law has become more and more demanding and challenging, I think also rewarding, but demanding and challenging. And global business expansion, coupled with new technologies, has made the practice of law at a big corporation virtually a 24-hour-a-day job. and people's personal lives nowadays have become ever so complex. Nonetheless, and despite those increased professional and personal demands, the employees in Aetna's law department have always found the time to help others who are in need of legal services. As a charter signatory of the Corporate Pro Bono Challenge, I'm proud to say that pro bono participation by Aetna lawyers consistently exceeds the 50% benchmark. And whether they're litigators, securities lawyers, M&A lawyers, or healthcare lawyers, they all are acting and actively working on pro bono projects. Indeed, we often have well over 2/3 of our lawyers working on pro bono projects, and they bring in paralegals and others to help them, and so the participation is much, much broader than just lawyers. Well, you may ask, how have we been able to do this at Aetna? How have we kept this program going for 35 years and hopefully for 35 more? Well, I'll tell you. There really are just 3 reasons for our success. The first is that at Aetna, we've learned that with training and a little creativity, there really is no limit to the kind of legal work that in-house counsel can perform. Pro bono work is not limited to court appearances and therefore is not limited to be done by litigators. Aetna lawyers do advocate for children, and they go to court, and they do that when it's needed. But as has been mentioned, we've also counseled not-for-profit entities on health and corporate transactions. We help the elderly with estate planning and related elder law issues. We've filed reparations applications for Holocaust survivors. We've assisted soldiers returning from Iraq and Afghanistan to file disability claims that they're entitled to before the Veterans Administration. We complete and submit birth certificates for homeless and indigent persons. And as we can appreciate with the weather here tonight, we represent vulnerable clients to ensure that their heat and other utilities stay on during the cold winter months. So that's a long way of saying that our pro bono program is not a static one, but instead it changes and it grows with the times. The second contributing factor is that the senior management of Aetna, including the general counsels and the CEOs, support the pro bono program. They support it with time and they support it with money. We let lawyers and others take the time from their busy schedules at work to do pro bono matters. And we staff those the same way we staff any other corporate matter. And we reward people, financially and otherwise, for their performance and their great efforts in pro bono. In other words, a pro bono matter is treated the same as any other matter that we professionally undertake on behalf of the corporation. And last, and I'll disclose my bias here, I think we have a corporation and a law department made up of people with the right core ethical values. People who understand that there's a need and an obligation on our part to give back to the communities in which we live and work. And pro bono participation is part of the expectation. It's part of the fabric of the Aetna Law Department. So in closing, I would like to thank the Pro Bono Institute for bestowing this award on my company, and I'm happy to be here today to take it with me. I really want to thank the hundreds of Aetna lawyers and other professionals for the thousands of hours of service that they have given to the needy over the last 3 decades. As you all know, pro bono service is personally rewarding and professionally rewarding. And so what I would do is I would close by asking those lawyers who work at corporations across America who are already doing pro bono work to continue doing it. And for those of you who don't, I really would request that you get involved and start doing it. Thank you very much.
Please join me in welcoming back to the stage Jim Jones.
Well, what a great evening. This evening is always inspirational for us all. Congratulations to Bill and his colleagues at Aetna for a truly remarkable record of pro bono service. Thanks, as always, to Justice Ginsburg for her always inspiring and encouraging remarks. And thanks to all of you for joining us this evening and for your commitment to pro bono. Please enjoy the rest of the reception. We're not trying to rush you out. There's plenty of time to have another drink and some more goodies. And please be safe as you go back to the hotel or home. Thank you and good night.